So guys, this happens to be a serious video of mine because it involves academics. Okay, so we are gonna perform a sum on comparative advantage, which is a part of microeconomics, a basic part. Okay, let's write on top comparative advantage. Don't judge me for my writing. People confuse absolute advantage and comparative advantage. Okay, so I'm gonna perform a sum which might clear all your doubts about comparative advantage and absolute advantage. So let's perform one sum. Let's read the question first. What does the question say? Suppose that there are 10 million workers in Canada and that each of these workers can produce either 2 cars or 30 bushels of wheat in a year. Okay, this is a question. So let's make a graph, make a table rather. Okay, there are 10 million workers in Canada and that each of these workers can produce either 2 cars or 30 bushels. So 10 million workers can produce dash number of 10 million can produce dash number of cars or dash number of bushels of wheat. Okay, let me write it here. It's clear? So each worker can produce 2 cars. So there are 10 million workers. So the number of cars in total will be 20 million. Let me write it 20 million. And if each worker produces 30 bushels of wheat in a year, so there are 10 million workers, so how many bushels of wheat will be produced altogether, which will be equal to 300 million bushels of wheat. Okay, let's draw a little graph. Okay. This side will contain the number of cars produced, cars, in millions, and wheat, bushels. In millions. Fine, guys? Okay. So, the total number of cars which can be produced in a year by 10 million workers is 20 million. Let me mark it over here. Okay. And 300 million bushels of wheat can be produced by 10 million workers altogether. So, let me mark 300 over here. Fine. Put 0 here. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, as we all know. So this will be a straight line, the production possibility, frontier. Fine. Looks cool. Okay. So this is the basic thing. So the first part of the question says, what is the opportunity cost of producing a car in Canada? So what is opportunity cost? Opportunity cost is something which you have to give up to gain something. Okay. So opportunity cost, the 10 million workers can either produce 20 million cars or 300 million bushels of wheat. They cannot produce both of them together, either the cars or either the bushels of wheat. So let's take out the opportunity cost of producing a car in Canada. Okay. So opportunity cost as OC. Fine. OC of 20 million cars. I'm writing it as 20 only for the time being. Okay, I can write it as 20 million. 20 million. The opportunity cost of 20 million cars will be by giving up 300 million bushels of wheat. 300 300 million bushels of wheat. Okay, so let's simplify things a bit. So the opportunity cost of one car will be equal to, by dividing both the sides by 20, okay, 23, 15, okay, 15 bushels. So this is very simple. The opportunity cost of one car will be 15 bushels of wheat. So if you want to produce one car, you have to give a 50 bushels of wheat. So this is the opportunity of producing one car in Canada. Fine. Now let's see what the next question says. What is the opportunity cost of producing a bushel of wheat in Canada? Okay. So we produce the opportunity cost of one car. Now comes the opportunity cost of one bushel. We'll do the same thing again. Opportunity cost of 300 million bushels of wheat equal to, let me come over here. This will be equal to opportunity cost of 20 million cars. Okay, let's simplify this too. So opportunity cost of one bushel of wheat, that will be equal to opportunity cost of that will be equal to 20 divided by 300, which will turn out to be 1 by 15. No, we won't write opportunity cost, sorry. We won't write opportunity cost over here because we are taking the opportunity cost of the bushels of wheat. Okay, 20 million cars, that's it. So 1 by 15 cars. So the opportunity cost of one bushel of meat is equal to 1 by 15 cars. Okay, understood? Okay. Now we have to explain the relationship between the opportunity cost of the two goods. The opportunity cost of producing a car is 15 bushels of wheat. The opportunity cost of one bushel of wheat, of producing one bushel of wheat, is 1 by 15. So the relation between them is the opportunity cost of one good will be the reciprocal of the other. Is that clear? Okay. This is the relation because 15 and 1 by 15 are reciprocals of each other. Now let's see what the next question says. If Canada chooses to consume 10 million cars, okay, Canada chooses to consume 10 million cars. 10 million cars. So, to produce 10 million cars, they will need 5 million workers. 5 million workers. Because it was already given in the question that 10 million workers can produce 20 million cars. So one worker will produce 2 cars. It was given in the question. Okay. So they will need 5 million workers to produce 10 million cars because Canada choose to produce 10 million cars. Okay. How much wheat can it consume without trade? Okay. So 5 million workers have gone to produce 10 million cars. Now comes the workers, the number of workers who will be producing the bushels of wheat. So 5 million workers are still left. 5 million workers remain. Okay. So if 10 million workers can produce 300 million bushels of wheat, then 5 million workers will produce how many? We will divide both sides by 2. 150. So 150 million bushels of wheat. So to produce, let me bend down a bit, to produce how much? No, we won't write this thing. So 5 million workers will produce 300. No, not 300, 150 as we calculated. 150 bushels, million bushels. Okay, so 150 will be kind of here. Okay, and the cars, 10 million cars. Okay, 10 million cars will be over here. Let's join them. Okay, this is a straight line, not a curve. Okay, so that's what we have done till now. So the question was, how much wheat can it consume without trade? Without trade, it can consume 150 bushels of wheat, because 5 million workers were still left, because 5 million workers had gone to produce cars. So 5 million workers can produce 150 million of bushels of wheat, because they are free now. So we have labeled the points on the possibility curve. Okay, production possibility. This is the PPC, the abbreviation of production possibility curve.